All right, so this video is about being around people who have dark energy, who can pick up on your light energy. And you being someone who has light energy and being able to pick up on people who have dark energy. I'm at a company right now where I came on board, and the number one reason why I usually get fired or leave is because I see a way to run a company, and I usually don't ask, I just do. And I either make the company way better, or I end up upsetting people in the company who are more senior to me, and they will try to stop me because they have dark energy and they can see my light energy, and they feel threatened, as you know, they feel that this stable ground that they have not earned through actually providing value, but they have earned through time and position, right? So I will come onto a company, there will be people that are more senior than me, not because they are better than me, not because they contribute more than me, not because they are more valuable than me from the company's perspective, just only because they have been there longer. And I'll come on board and I will start inspecting everything. For example, I came onto this company that I work at now, and there were no KPIs, there were no keystone behaviors, there was no tracking in place for us to understand what does a client need to do in order to come on board and be very successful, right? Retention rate was piss awful, 15%. Still is, by the way. And I just started looking at everything. And there were two people that ran these sales calls. And we have, 200, 300 active campaigns. 5 to 10 people were showing up to these sales calls. So I started attending the sales calls, right? I started tracking everybody that was winning. And it's funny, the people who were winning were not attending the sales calls. The people who were losing were attending the sales calls. Now, only 5 to 10 people out of 200 to 300 people were attending. Okay? All of the ones that were attending were losing. None of the people that were winning out of the 200 to 300 were attending. So I made the conclusion, attending sales calls are not keystone behavior. They are not required to succeed here. And I said that publicly when I first came on board, because I wanted to start tracking. I wanted to start figuring out, what are these people doing? So I'm going to document my findings inside the public group chat amongst the company. Well, the two people running the sales calls, one of them has very, very dark energy. Very, very dark energy. I don't want to use the word demonic or devilish, like the opposite of an angel, but they very much encapsulate that, right? If you could take away this realm of duality, this physical realm that we can see and perceive with our senses, and you could just look at it through an energetic perspective, that person would 100% be a demon. 100%. And the point of a demon might not be what you think it is. The point of a demon isn't actually to bring angels down. It's not what the point of a demon is. The point of a demon is to prevent someone who is an angel from realizing that they are one. That is 100% the point of a demon. You might have people like this in your life. You might be one of them. You might be an angel, and you don't know it, because you were raised by demons. And these demons have infected your mind. They've skewed your perspective and perception of yourself in the world to try to stop you from realizing your own light. I would say that has been my life. 100%. I have grown up with and was born to parents who had very dark energy. Right? If we took this physical layer of reality away and we just looked at them from an energetic sense, they would have very dark energy, very ugly energy. Right? Just sucking everything in and it never being enough. Right? And light can be the other way. Barely getting anything and still letting off positivity and love and radiance. Right? Which is funny because it's kind of like fasting. Like being gluttonous and then fasting. You can be gluttonous in the sense where you can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and you are just consuming like a human garbage disposal. Nothing is enough. Nothing. And I was there. I very much lived that life through food. I would very much consume, and there would be no satisfaction. Nothing would ever be enough. I did this with women as well, and porn, where I would, when I was like 9 years old, I would start watching porn, and very quickly I was jacking off 6-7 times a day at 9, 10, 11, 12. By the time I was 14, I actually had erectile dysfunction. I know, crazy. I'm starting to get my sensitivity back to this world and realizing how fucked up some things are. Right? I used to be very numb. And as I fast and as I isolate and reintegrate back into this world, I'm realizing how cut off I was from my sensitivity. And how things that I thought were okay were not okay. You know? I was beat. And sexually touched. I was tortured psychologically as a child. And I'm starting to have space for the woman that I was born through, and from the man, and from whose seed I came from. And I'm starting to have space and realize that, you know, I don't know. I don't have. I'm aware that I don't have a normal connection with. And maybe normal is not the right word, because normal is very. Normal is a very interesting word, right? It's like of the times, but the times could be sick. The times are sick. They're sickening. And for me to say I'm not normal is like, well, I could distance myself and go, oh, I'm not normal, I'm weird. And it's like, well, maybe normal is just not good right now during these times. But anyways, I'm starting to have space for these people, because I don't look at them as I don't look at my mom as my mother. I don't look at my dad as my father. Like, I don't have that relationship with them. Like, I don't wish I was there for them. I don't wish that I would tell them happy birthday. I don't wish that I could do things for them. I feel like I've learned my lesson from them, and I truly do believe, I'm okay with this changing. I truly do believe I'll never see them again in my life. And I'm okay with that. I'm starting to become okay with that. There was a lot of guilt and a lot of parasites, mind parasites, that my mom planted inside of my head, so that when it came time for me to actually separate, that I would question that decision, and that I wouldn't be strong enough to make that decision. But her downfall was putting me through so much pain that I had no choice to. That was her downfall. She didn't realize, because she's demonic. She's parasitic. She's dark. Not in like a condemning way. Like, that's just her energy. And God bless her. I hope she can become light one day. But right now she is not. At least the woman that I knew. Maybe she's changed. I do not care to find out. I do not care one bit. I feel like the tie is cutting off from her. Even so much so, like, just the way I'm speaking on this video now is just not how I've been speaking, and it just came to me, and I had to step outside because there are other people in the house, and I'm not sure if their ears are ready to hear things like this. But I needed to make this video. I felt drawn to make this video. I've been away from YouTube for a while. I've been absent. I've been exhausted. I've been drained. I've been coming back into the world, and it's a lot. It's a lot on me, on my psyche, on my mind, on my energy. So but I felt very drawn to make this video. But anyways, the point of a demon is not to kill angels. It's not to, and I don't know this. This is just coming through me right now. I don't know this. And maybe I do know this from my own experience, and I just doubt whether, so this is from my own experience. But a demon is not meant to stop angels. A demon is not meant to do any of that, right? It's to stop an angel who doesn't realize that they are an angel from realizing that they are one. And I have an angel in my life, and he's my brother. This is family to me. And I can get very emotional about this individual because he has helped me a lot on my journey, and he feels like family. He feels like a long lost brother, He feels like an energy that I needed, that I wanted. And I cherish this person's energy. And this person knows who he is. And maybe he doesn't. He knows who he is, but he might not know the effect that he's had on me. And he's my best friend, and he's my brother. And because I just have a weird relationship with family. Like, I've cut off my whole family because of what happened to me as a child. And the feeling that I will feel when anyone reaches out from my family to me. To me, they are guilty by association. Not that they're guilty like they were supposed to know, or that they did it, or nothing like that. It was a very small, select few people in my family that tried to put their dark energy on me and infect me with it. But any of the people in my family, and they could be angels, they could be light, right? When they reach out to me, it reminds me of what happened to me. So I cannot talk to anyone from the family, dark or light, right? Because of what it does to my energy. So I have to cut them all off. Because that's what's best for me. So now I get to choose my family, because the family I was born with I'm no longer in contact with, and there's this one person to me who is family, and I love this person, but because he helped me realize that that we can fly. That we do not need to be inside someone else's vehicle to reach the altitudes that we want to reach. We have wings of our own. And that's the message he's been subliminally communicating to me. And even directly, when we were at this startup and I said, wow, I'm here for this $1 million payout. And he's like, oh, I don't care if I get the $1 million payout. And it broke my reality. And it started bending my reality to where I wasn't ready to integrate that yet. But he's been my friend. And slowly through time, the bend that he's been making inside my reality, I've been able to now integrate. But I just want to let you know that if you're watching this, you might have dark energy in your life. You might have demons in your life. And I used to get so distraught and so upset because I can see this person's energy, this demon that works inside of the company that I work with. Nobody else can see it. I can see it. And I know what will happen if I say he's a demon. He's dark. I'll get pointed at as the dark one. They're really good at doing that. They're really good at manipulating the minds and perceptions of others. In programming the reality so that when you do try to reveal their darkness, they have angles already set up. Because they know the attack. They know, because they know that you know. Right? But the best way to threaten these demons is not to point out that they are demons. The best way to threaten these demons is to become an angel, is to become light. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying? Because the Paul I am now gets what I'm saying. And it's taken me this long. Which is, my whole life I've been trying to point out these demons. And they're very good. They're very, very good. They're very skilled. They've had time to master their game. So when you try to attack, they're ready, and you will hurt yourself greatly trying to reveal that a demon is a demon, trying to get others to see the demon that you see. That is not your course. And you will suffer greatly if you try to make that your course, which is okay. You might need to go through that. You might need to suffer greatly. I am a big believer, a big fan that some people need to suffer. They need that energy to catapult themselves, for that to be the moment, the catalyst to propel them, right? It's kind of like fat in the human body. It's stored energy, right? And through the right methods of fasting, you can utilize this stored energy. Well, in order to reach certain places of healing, it's the same thing with suffering. You are basically storing fat, right? You're storing fat. So when you suffer, you're storing this energy that will be the catalyst to you being propelled into your next timeline or something along those lines. So do not wish for the suffering to end. It will end on its own time. We are not in control here. I promise you that. There's something greater. And it could be us. It could be us, right? I believe we are God. So it could very much be us. It just might not seem like us because it's outside of us, and the illusion of separation is it's very good and hard for humans to distinguish between. So I just wanted to make this video really to myself. It's taken me all this time, all this suffering. to finally realize this, and this message just came to me, so I needed to make this video. As do all my YouTube videos. I have more messages that come to me than I can make. But this one, I've been exhausted. I've been going through this period of exhaustion, and this felt good now. I've been mineral maxing for the past couple of days, and providing this vessel with necessary nutrients, and it's rewarded me with the energy. I also think it was just in my timeline to be exhausted. But I'm gonna stop now. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and that's the message that I keep wanting to repeat, which is the point of a demon is not to stop an angel. Once it's an angel, a demon cannot stop it. The point of a demon is to stop the angels that do not realize that they are angels. It's to stop them from realizing that they are angels. Because once you're light, you there's something between the relationship with light and dark that dark cannot affect it. Does that make sense? It can't, like, no matter the amount of darkness, light will just, even in a void, it just cannot, for some reason, and maybe it can, but there's something, the relationship between demon and angel, dark and light, changes when the light realizes it is light. There's something happens to the demon, something that they don't want to happen. So in order for them to control you, so that they don't have to go through what they're going to go through when you realize that you are light, they try to prevent you from ever realizing that. So I want you to understand that.